And it'll be the visitors who get the game underway, knowing that they have what it takes to get to the final of this competition. They marched on to the final a year ago. City beaten by Chelsea, and very, very keen to get themselves much further than the quarter-final stage, if not to win the competition. Worth bearing in mind that two of the sides who are in the last eight automatically qualified for the last eight in Arsenal and Chelsea, because they were already in the UEFA Champions League and as a consequence were given a bye to the quarter-final stage. City had to qualify and came through a round robin, a group which they topped. There's Chiara Keating. It's another youthful goalkeeper on the bench, and Grace Pilling as well, who I think has to come from school to take up a position on the bench, does she not?
Yeah, Grace I think is even younger than Chiara. I've not seen too much of her with being in rehab, but...
Oh, now then, I'll stop you because the cross came in. I think it's Alex Greenwood has pushed it over her own goal line. There was nothing Chiara Keating could do about that. The cross came in from the left, and Alex Greenwood, like all good defenders, getting in the way of it, but it was the unfortunate ricochet, and it goes beyond Keating, who wasn't going to expect that. It was Beaver Jones who drove it in, and you can see, like all good defenders, Alex Greenwood puts out a foot to stop it reaching one of the strikers and ends up putting it into her own net. The pressure from the Blues forcing an error as Bristol City try to play out from the back. Lucy Bronze will take the throw. You can see the urgency in the Blues play. Here's Losada. And now Shaw trying to work something. Shaw's in the clear and has fired the equaliser in. Well, the weight of pressure has finally told. A series of corners, a number of opportunities. And Khadija Bunny Shaw gets her fourth goal of the season, her second in the Conti Cup. And to be fair, it was little more than the Blues deserved for the last few minutes of dominance.
She's made that herself. Brilliant turn. Great awareness to know that there's space around her to face up, and there's no one stronger in the women's game that I've come across than Bunny.
And she is again on the ball. Support from Bronze inevitably. The first time ball to Shaw. Terrific goal. It was all about how she took the ball down, and it was a brilliant take that opened up maybe half a yard of space, and then she just pushed it beyond the goalkeeper. It's a really smart finish, and City have turned it round before half-time.
Such a classic number 9's goal. She's muscled the defender away just to give her an extra yard to receive the ball, and such good composure to know you've got the time to bring it down, and then another really good finish into the bottom corner.
Really are dominant now, the Blues, and there's still maybe time for them to get a third goal. Here's Hemp. She's gone for it. Oh, it was the underside of the bar. That was a terrific attempt. Goalkeeper beaten, but underside of the crossbar rescues Bristol City there.
So difficult for a defender there because you think you've trapped her.
Oh, and there's the third goal. A mistake in the back line. Poor defending, really. Communication as much as anything. Allowing the Blues to finally get the third goal and give themselves a 2-goal advantage, which, to be honest, had been coming for a very long time, but a really unfortunate way in which it was conceded. It was bitter disappointment that the Blues were just pipped in that real battle with Chelsea in the quarter-final last year. It did seem that the winner of that tie would eventually go on and lift the trophy, and so it proved. Chelsea getting the goals in extra time to see off City. A year ago tomorrow it would be.
I think Janine's going to wake up with a fair few bruises in the morning.
Yeah, she's taken a few whacks on follow-throughs mainly. She's got up, thank goodness, from all of them. Hope she gets up as easily from this one.
just getting into really good positions where Bristol players are having to throw themselves at her feet in order to make a last-ditch challenge. So part and parcel of being a difficult player to play against.
She's had a good night, Janine Beckett. Been a real threat, initially down the right, but mostly down the left. And another City corner causing problems. They're going to have another one to end the game.
Alan Mann, the assistant, will be upset if we don't score from one of these corners. So hopefully... Nearly.
Off the bar this time. Not the first time that they've struck the bar. It was Vicky Losada this time who appeared to have done everything right. The deflection taking it beyond the goalkeeper, but against the bar and not under the bar.
So
just
close.
Time for one more corner to make Alan Mann happy. Can City score? It's not going to be. And that is indeed how the game concludes. Gareth Taylor's City cruising into the semi-finals, really. Yes, only a 2-goal margin of victory in the end, but they were the far better team, taking a shock lead, Bristol City, with an own goal by Alex Greenwood in the 16th minute. But after that, normal service was resumed. 2 really well taken goals by Bunny Shaw gave City a half-time advantage, and then Vicky Losada made it 3-1. This was the opening goal. Alex Greenwood trying to get in the way of the low cross, like any good defender should, diverting it, unfortunately, past Chiara Keating. But then Bunny Shaw took over with 2 really smartly taken goals before half-time. Similar in their construction, really, and similarly taken. And then the game wrapped up after a poor defensive ball, rather, in the area. Vicky Losada pouncing on it and easing it into the corner of the net. And City easing into the semi-finals of the Continental Cup.